If you're a true Liverpool fan, subscribe to Anfield Signal. Alexis Mac Allister will only join Man United if one thing happens this season. Liverpool and transfer rumours seem to be coming hand in hand these days. Even though the Reds failed to make any new additions in the winter transfer window, several transfer rumours emerged. Some had players such as Marc Guéhi and Dayot Upamecano joining the club, whereas others had Federico Chiesa and Mohamed Salah exiting L4. Granted, with how good most of the Reds' first-team squad are, there's bound to be plenty of interest in their players. But the fact that Manchester United want to sign one of Arne Slot's most trusted players is mind-boggling, especially with how badly they performed last season. The 2025-26 season has seen the Red Devils' form significantly improve, even though Ruben Amorim has already been shown the door. This upturn in form has caused several rumours to emerge, with the Daily Star now reporting that United want to sign Alexis Mac Allister in the summer. United have drafted up a short list of midfielders they'd like to sign, with the Premier League outfit closely monitoring the Argentinian situation. The Daily Star also add that there's a growing feeling that Mac Allister could leave Liverpool in the summer. Adam Wharton, Carlos Baleba and Elliot Anderson are the other names on their shortlist, with the Red Devils knowing that convincing Mac Allister to join them would be an enormous challenge. However, the report does add that unless Man United earn Champions League football this season, they're aware that they have no chance at securing a player of Mac Allister's caliber. This is why Liverpool must do everything in their power to keep United outside of the top 4 spots this term. Even though Mac Allister may not have been at his best this season, it's clear that he still has a prominent part to play for Liverpool. The midfielder can be used anywhere in the middle of the pitch and has saved Liverpool's bacon on more than one occasion. Now that Florian Wirtz has arrived and has finally settled in, there's more competition than ever for midfielders among the Reds' ranks, but time and time again, Mac Allister has found his way into Slot's starting 11. Real Madrid are long-term admirers of the Argentinian, and, even if they try and make a move for him, Liverpool must stay strong and keep hold of him. His contract is set to expire in 2028, which could start to cause some problems in the future, but, while he's still contracted to the club, he's more than capable of being a valuable asset to Slot and his men. Here's hoping that Real Madrid or Man United don't make an offer that the club simply can't refuse. Liverpool could sign someone even better than Diomande. He'd only cost £50 million. Liverpool have a fair few positions that they need to upgrade in the summer transfer window. Several members of Arne Slot's squad have performed well below expectations this season, with fans looking for Liverpool to add some new faces to rectify the problems that have occurred this term. Fans mostly want to see new defenders brought in, but the Reds' attack hasn't been all that great either. Of course, Hugo Ekitike and Florian Wirtz have come into their own over the last couple of months, but aside from those two, the rest of Slot's attack have left a lot to be desired. Liverpool never really replaced Luis Diaz, and now, they're clearly on the lookout for some new attacking talent, with several players being brought up. However, there's one attacker in particular who stands out from the rest, and it isn't Diomande. At the moment, Diomande seems to be the most likely attacker to join Liverpool. The 19-year-old has been setting the Bundesliga alight this season, but his £86 million asking price is a massive red flag. But the fact that the Ivorian has admitted that Liverpool would be one of his dream clubs certainly plays in his favour. Away from Diomande, other players such as Wolves' Matheus Main have been linked with an Anfield switch ahead of the summer transfer window. And now, a fresh report from Fishages has shared that Main could be available for around £50 million. This may seem like a hefty chunk of change, but since he's been one of Wolves' best players this season, it's not hard to see why they want so much money for him. Statistically, it's clear that Diomande is the better player of the two, but the fact that he's playing in the Bundesliga needs to be taken into account. Main has played in 17 games across all competitions for Wolves, with 15 of those outings coming in the Premier League. During those 15 games, he's contributed to 4 goals and has played in an array of different positions. The fact that he can be used as a winger, a number 9 and even a midfielder is one of the many reasons why he'd be a better option for Liverpool to explore this summer. In addition to his versatility, he's got plenty of Premier League experience and could cost around £36 million less. He's also a year younger than Diomande, which bodes well for the future of the attacker. There's still a decent chunk of time before the summer transfer window comes around, but if it comes down to a choice between Main and Diomande, the former of the two seems like the better option. Liverpool look to agree deal with £100 million Premier League star open to summer move. Some of the most exciting players in the Premier League play for Liverpool, and they are looking to add another. The Premier League champions added Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike to their squad just months after lifting the title and, although this season hasn't gone to plan, the Reds will surely be back to their best soon. Isak should be back fit in time for the start of next season and with a proper pre-season under his belt will hopefully be back to the level he was before he moved to Anfield. Liverpool's front line is star-studded at the moment, but the club are looking to add another attacker who would truly take them to the next level. When Aston Villa's interest in Morgan Gibbs-White was recently revealed, many questioned what that would mean for the future of Morgan Rogers at Villa Park. Now, according to a transfer insider Indy Kalia, Liverpool have made contact with Rogers' representatives, and the 23-year-old is reportedly open to a move this summer. A mainstay in the Aston Villa side that are the dark horse in the Premier League title race this season, Rogers is about as exciting a prospect as you can get. A deal won't be cheap, with Villa's valuation sitting at around £100 million, but Rogers is a genuine contender for Player of the Season with 13 goal involvements in 26 league appearances from the midfield. The Englishman has been heavily linked with Liverpool before, and he could be the next part of a rebuild that has already seen the Reds add several world-class talents. With a deal of this magnitude, it would make sense for Arne Slot's side to start laying the groundwork this early before the window opens, and the club will want a deal done as soon as possible so that the player can have a full pre-season with his new team. A lot can change between now and the summer, but the prospect of Rogers in a Liverpool shirt is something for Reds to get excited about. World-class winger sends ultimate come-and-get-me plea to Liverpool. A world-class winger has sent the ultimate come-and-get-me plea to Liverpool. Let's be honest, with the signing of Jeremy Jacquet, the club has pretty much sorted its defense for the next few years. Unless, of course, Ibrahima Kane doesn't extend his contract. In that case, Liverpool will need to bring in further reinforcements. Long-term there's still room to grow, and the biggest question of them all will be finding a replacement for Virgil van Dijk when he ultimately runs down his deal in 2027. But short-term, heading into the summer window, there is going to be only one focus on Richard Hughes' mind to begin with. Liverpool's greatest weakness this season hasn't been the club's defensive line. Sure, that has had its issues. But ultimately, Liverpool are struggling because of a lack of depth in attack. More specifically, a lack of speed in 1-versus-1 ability. With the loss of Luis Diaz, it's only Rio Ngumaha who brings that side of the game on the flanks. So, this summer, Hughes will need to sign at least one winger. If Mo Salah leaves, that need doubles. Liverpool will need at least two wingers if the Egyptian is sold. Right now, the market is a difficult one to navigate. There aren't many world-class wingers with those traits. Those that are playing at the highest level like Bradley Barcola, Fichik Kvaratskhelia, Lamine Yamal and Michael Olise are pretty much going to be impossible to sign. There is another player though who is on par with them. Diomande has been pretty much world-class this season. He's an elite dribbler, averaging 4.6 successful dribbles per 90 minutes in the Bundesliga right now. On top of that, the Ivorian also has averaged 0.79 goal contributions per 90 minutes. That's a really high return for a player who isn't playing in one of Germany's best teams right now. Leipzig are only 5th in the league. Yet Diomande continues to impress, and he seems like the perfect option for Liverpool. Given the strong relationship and synergy between Red Bull and Liverpool, it's a move that would make complete sense. It looks like the move would be one Diomande would be open to. We recently wrote about his come-and-get-me plea to Liverpool, with his confession of the Reds being his dream club. Well, Diomande has just doubled down on this interview in Bild. Speaking to the German outlet, he was asked about those quotes and he clarified his statement. "People made it out to be my dream club, but first and foremost, it's my dad's favorite club," Diomande said. "It was always his great wish to see me play there someday because he loves the atmosphere at Anfield. He always raved about Steven Gerrard. I was too young to see him play. We didn't even have a TV at home for a long time. I have a lot of respect for Liverpool, but my dream club right now is Leipzig." It's a more respectful way of answering the question, but it also confirms Diomande's previous statement in which he said, "I'm a big fan of Liverpool because my father's dream is to see me play at Anfield, so that's my dream. You know, to fulfill my father's dream is a dream for me too." So, ultimately it looks like that dream really does exist. Diomande's latest comments are just yet another come and get me plea to Liverpool. Richard Hughes will undoubtedly be listening. When it comes to winger options on the market, Diomande is the world-class target. He stands out above the rest. He is the one Liverpool have to sign. It's as simple as that. Time to make his father's dream come true. Mo Salah Liverpool future set in stone after massive transfer update. Mohamed Salah's Liverpool future has had a question mark hanging over it ever since his outburst earlier in the season. Some fans thought that the Egyptian king would return from AFCON and end up exiting Anfield almost instantly. In the end, Salah and Arne Slot managed to figure their issues out, with the attacker getting his place in the Dutchman's first-team squad back. Despite the trust that Slot has put into the 33-year-old, his performances have often left a lot to be desired, with his recent outing against Brighton one of his best performances of the season. And now, after the latest update to emerge from Anfield, it feels like Salah's future has never been clearer. If Liverpool did end up moving Salah on, they'd need to have an exceptional succession plan in place. Although the attacker hasn't been at his best this season, the quality he brings to the team is undeniable. Last term Salah broke multiple records and was one of the main reasons behind Liverpool's Premier League title win. However, this didn't stop them from scouting Michael Olise as his potential successor. And, even though the Reds may have thought that they had a chance to prize him away from the Allianz Arena, that door has seemingly slammed shut. That is, according to an update from Team Talk, who share that Bayern Munich are going to shut down any proposals they get for the Frenchman. This is a massive blow for Liverpool, as they see him as their ideal Salah replacement, should he leave. Olise is in no hurry to make a Premier League return, with Bayern even set to open talks with the attacker about him signing a new contract. Salah is bound to get back to his best at some point soon, with Liverpool likely to need a boost from the Egyptian king if they want to end the 2025-26 season strong. Indeed, Olise would have been an ideal replacement for the attacker, but now that he's off the market, it means that Liverpool can focus on keeping Salah around and getting the most out of him before his contract expires. Most of the Reds' recent successes have come from building around the strengths of the former Chelsea man, which is exactly what they need to do if they want to come away from the 2025-26 season with some silverware. Of course, there are other options that Liverpool could explore to replace Salah, but while he's still contracted to the Anfield outfit, there's no reason why they can stick it out with the attacker and focus their attention on other areas of the pitch. There's plenty of time until the summer transfer window comes back around, but if the last couple of windows are anything to go by, there's bound to be plenty of change afoot.